In this video, I'm going to try to give you a few tips on using PyscINFO a little bit more effectively. So the first thing that you might already know about is truncation and phrase searching. So if I have a multi-word term like video games, what I can do is put quotation marks around it to ensure that these words appear side by side in my search results. So this means it'll exclude cases where video appears in the abstract and then games appears somewhere 7 paragraphs later. So it's a way of excluding irrelevant things from your search results. A way of broadening your search results is to use truncation. So if I have the word teen and I put asterisks after it, it's going to search for all possible completions of that root term. So teenage, teenagers, teens, all of those different things. If I were just to use teen, then I'm probably going to miss a lot of that content. Another thing that people don't necessarily use all the time is the APA Thesaurus, but it's extremely helpful. What it's going to do is tell you what the preferred terminology of PyscINFO is, and if I click on and expand any of these things in the A to Z list, it'll tell you a little bit more information about that phrase. So what are the related terms, what we should use it for, and if I want to add something to my search results, I can just check it off and add to search. So as an example, if I look up video games, we're going to find that the database actually prefers me to use the phrase computer games. So I'm going to add that to my search, and you can see it's going to look for computer games as an index term. If I run this search, you're going to see that I've got over 6,000 results. However, if I go back and let's say I change this just to video games, and I make this in any field, I'm only going to pull up 4,000 results. So that's a pretty big variation. So if you want to be comprehensive in your search, using something like the APA Thesaurus and the appropriate index term is actually going to be really helpful. Some other basic tools that we have available to us, of course, are the filters. So this is really helpful if you want to focus on a specific population group. So you might want to look at a specific age group that you can target, or you might want to look at research that's from a specific methodology. So all of these things are, again, ways of really helping you focus down on your search results. The help file actually has a lot of other helpful tips and tricks that you can use. So one thing that people don't know about very often is the nearness or proximity search. So this allows you to use the term near followed by a number, which basically tells PyscINFO to look for two terms that are occurring on either side of the nearness operator, that these have to appear within that number of phrases or sort of words from one another within the paper that it's looking at. So for example, in this case, perceived near to stress tells us that perceived has to occur within two terms of stress within the paper. And this can be on either side, so it could be flipped, and it doesn't have to necessarily occur in that order. So this seems like it might be a little bit excessive, but there are lots of times where focusing in on using something like the proximity operator really helps you find things that you want to look for within PyscINFO. So those are some quick tips to help you get a little bit more out of PyscINFO, and as always, let me know if you have any questions.